Coach Jack. And, Coach, congrats. Great win yesterday down at Clemson. Take us into that fourth quarter because we know last Thursday against NC State, things kind of slid for you. This time you found it when you needed it down the stretch.
We're going to continue to do what we do. We have a certain way we go into every quarter. We have a certain mindset, and, it's worked in the past. It's going to work in the future. And lessons happen, and it worked in the fourth quarter of the Clemson game. We just said the simple words: you matter, you are enough, and this is your time whenever you decide to take it. And we decided to take it one possession at a time, and we did the sister thing by extra passing it. We took care of each other by I shoot the ball. If you miss it, don't worry, because my sister has my back, and she's going to go get the boards for me. Those type of things are really the most critical in the fourth quarter, and we remind them of that every fourth quarter.
That fourth quarter yesterday, it felt very similar, right, to a lot of the fourth quarters you guys played last year, where you came roaring back and closed it. And Kyra Wood was outstanding down the stretch, right? 9 points, 4 boards in just the fourth. Take me into that, close to the game for her, for me, Coach. What she did for you so well late.
She was our junkyard dog, if you will. She took some shots that we passed her the ball. She ran plays to her. But most of what she did was, somebody on our team took shots. Some of them was errant shots, and she cleaned up the glass and put backs and got to the free throw line. That's what bigs do. We make certain our guards feel that every shot is a great shot, because if they don't make it, we got the opportunity to get busy too by going and get a rebound and do a put back or push out to another shooter. And that's what her mindset was. Kyra was not going to let us lose that game, not yesterday. She was locked in for the entire 2 days prior. It threw a shoot around in the morning and through the entire game. And somebody like that locked in, we got a great chance to have success.
I know you mentioned the rebounding, what you did on the glass. Your team out-rebounded them by 13. You look at what Kyra Isaveroja did in Adden, Georgia. That's more than 30 rebounds with just those 3 players. That has to tell you a lot about how they were digging in yesterday.
It takes what it takes, and some people would go for 25 rebounds themselves if that's what it takes. And our team is learning that if I give it an extended arm or try a little harder or push it a little longer, good things can possibly happen. It's not mandated, it's not 100%, but what about if I just give it a push and try? And we're at that stage where there's a poem out there that says, "Come to the edge, but I'm afraid. Come to the edge. What if I fall? Come to the edge." And she pushed them, and they flew. And so we're percolating on that edge right now on whether we're going to fly or where we're going to fail. And we got to make some decisions. This is go time. This is, 5 weeks left in the season. Mm-hmm. And yesterday was a fun day where we got pushed and we found our wings, and we got to keep them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, right around 5 weeks left now, I think, for you guys in the regular season, Coach, as we got Felisha Legette-Jack with us here. And, I go back to the NC State game on Thursday. That must have been, the opposite side of the coin, right? Just frustrating because you had played so well for 3 quarters to have it slip away as it did from you guys against, a really good NC State team on Thursday.
They're good. Everyone's good in this conference. We're number 1 conference in the country. Mm-hmm. But, that was frustrating at the end. It was frustrating where got a technical for being on the court. But then, of course, after that the game's over. And then I shared probably too many of my thoughts, and which I know God ain't done with me yet. He's still working on me. I got to get better. But it's a lesson that we're supposed to learn, whether we wanted that or not. We win and we learn, and we certainly learn, that if you keep it close on a team like that, who I think is going to represent us in the NCAA in a fine fashion, you're going to struggle to win. You cannot keep it close. You have to keep that 10, 12-point lead to possibly win by 1 or 2. And we didn't do that. We let it have some slippage in the third quarter, so it looked like fourth quarter was the biggest problem. But the third quarter was actually the death of us.
Yeah, when they get back into it, right, then they're the team that knows about closing those things down. And, no game for you guys this Thursday. You get your bye here kind of right at the midway mark of the ACC. How are you handling this week between, I don't know if there's some rest for the players, recruiting for the coaches? What do you do with no game Thursday this week?
Yes and yes. The players are going to get healed up and go to class and be a regular student for a day or 2. And I take off tomorrow and go out to the ATL and try to find some amazing talent over in that direction. And Coach Sharkey's going out somewhere. KC's going somewhere. So we're going out there. There's no rest for us. There's no time to rest when you're trying to get this thing done. And we really have so much love and respect and pride for where we work at, this unbelievable institution that we get to call home, that we are going to lay it on the line every day, whether it's on the court or in recruiting, to try to get the best talent to be here to represent us.
Yeah, obviously recruiting never ends, but you don't have as much time to, legit get there in person at this time of the year. How important is this week where you get to actually show face during the middle of these high school basketball seasons?
Well, it all matters, I think they're as busy as we are, and so seeing us in the stand is going to be the main priority as they try to, win their state championship or, go to class and hang out with their family and friends. Texting is what we do. We call a lot, and we do some fun things like that and connect with their AAU coaches, and now we got to deal with agents. So we make certain they're feeling love as well. So, yeah, it's just, and then you're dealing with different parts of the world, and there's a 17-hour difference in some other places, and then you're dealing with different parts of the country where it's a 3-hour difference in California, an hour difference in Nashville. So you get into this time thing, and you get to know it pretty well. But it's so worth it, and it's worth every minute.
Well, you got enough Aussies too, right? You got to figure out like 14 hours.
Never enough. Never enough Aussies.
you don't know what day of the week it is, if it's morning or night, but it's always good to figure that stuff out. All right, so we got Felisha Legette-Jack here. You'll be back in action against one of your old players here coming up on Sunday. When you're going against Virginia. What are these matchups like for you when you're going against somebody that you coached before?
Torture, it's just Amaka, who was like my daughter. I love her dearly. She played 3 years for me at Hofstra University, worked for me at Indiana University, and is one of the most incredible coaches I've ever come to know, and the most organized, efficient. I can't say organized enough. And so it's always tough because a lot of things she runs and stuff that I taught her, and she runs it very, very well. And it's going to be an awful day for sure. One way or the other, it's going to be awful. But the neat thing about it, it ends on Sunday, and on Monday we get back to connect and help each other with all the things that we usually help each other with, being a mother, being a wife, being a coach, and all those kind of fun conversations we usually have after our game's over.
Yeah, I imagine on like the other days of the year, right? It's kind of fun, right, to watch your old players out there having great success like this, huh?
I root for her all the time, and just this one game is the one you gotta take care of business, right? But I tell you, I believe in her pedigree. I believe in what she's doing out there. And, actually, one sign of huge respect is one of my former players at Buffalo is playing for her now at Virginia. So that's who we are. We're a family, and that's never going to change.
When you look at getting ready for a game like this, you said they run a lot of the same stuff. Is it an easy scout because you know exactly what they're going to be doing, or how tricky is it to get ready for a game like this?
We're 8-12. There's nothing easy. You gotta keep fighting and figuring it out. But easy, that's a word that I threw out in Game 6. So everything's hard this year. Everything's hard, and it's okay. It's process, and it's going through the challenges, and the purpose is what it's supposed to be. So this is going to be a tough one. She's doing a great job, and she's challenging every single team she's playing, and she's going to bring it. We're going to bring it too.
All right, we look forward to that one coming up on Sunday. Yeah, what is it? Noon in the Dome on Sunday is when Virginia.
Yes, noon. Yes, on ACC Network.
ACC Network, or better yet, just go to the Dome. You can watch it there. It's the best place to.
What you just said.
How about that? Yeah, there we go. All right, Coach, you've got your show at Wegmans at the Burger Bar with Tim coming up in about an hour and a half. So encourage people to get out there for that, or you can listen on this station. But thanks as always. Good luck Sunday. We'll talk again next week.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for all your support for women's basketball and all the sporting events that we have here at this great institution we call home.
Of course, there she is, Felisha Legette-Jack. Again, she'll be out at the Wegmans Burger Bar, 7 o'clock tonight for the Coach Jack Show, herself and Tim Leonard. You can listen to that right here, or go out and get a burger and sit there and watch it. You can do that also. Or, go to the game on Sunday, a nooner. A nooner coming up on Sunday, Cuse and Virginia, important game in the ACC standings. With that, we'll take a break. Come back a little 411 with Mike after this. It's Cuse Sports Talk and ESPN Radio.